Well, I guess since, I'm pretty bored today. I use my computer, we can play some CS:GO, have some fun times. Let's go, okay? Let's go. Whoa. Well, since I can't play a freaking PC game because of my freaking PC, I guess we're forced to play a console game, which is pretty much just as good. So, let's do that now. Woo! Ah. Hello? Jerry, how did you teleport in here? Are you like some supernatural lizard being or something? How did you... The door is locked, okay? So how did you get in here? Well, basically, I teleported in through the wall magically, because I'm actually half human, half lizard. That explains the whole tongue thing. Anyways, yeah, that's how I got through when the door was locked. Well, it doesn't really make much sense, but we'll just go with that. Anyways, you got a game today for me? Yes, I do have a game today. It is called Galaga Destination Mars. Just kidding, it says Earth. Whoa, okay then. Now we have Galaga Destination Earth for the PlayStation, so we're gonna play the game now. Alright, we'll see you later, Jerry. Thank you for the amazing... I don't know if it's not amazing, but it's a game. So, thanks. Well, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. So, since Jerry's gone, I guess first I'm going to be explaining what this game is, because there's actually a pretty interesting backstory towards this game, and it's pretty spooky. Actually, it isn't that spooky, it's just interesting to look at, so we're gonna take a look at it. Galaga. A simple game, a simple premise, it's just Galaga. It was one of the first vertical 2D shooters, and it was an instant arcade hit. It quickly earned its place up with other big arcade games such as Centipede or Pac-Man. Eventually, other versions were ported to the NES and the Atari 7800. The game was also ported to plenty of other consoles through arcade compilations that Atari would frequently put out, putting out its hit arcade games on other consoles that it wasn't previously on. Later on, the PlayStation was released and brought in mainstream 3D gaming to the public. It was the first well-selling console to utilize discs and instantly became the best way for people to port games on. Around this time, Atari and other companies were porting old arcade games onto the PlayStation and converting them to more 3D style graphics, rather than the largely 8-bit graphics shown in the arcade games. Some of the games that were remade with this were Pong, Space Invaders, Asteroids, Frogger, and others. And one of the games, which is the game we're looking at today, is Galaga Destination Earth. This was remade by Hasbro Interactive after Atari gave them the license to make this. So let's look into the game and let's see if it's good or not. Well, now that I explained that, I think it's time to start playing the game. So let's get right into it. There we go. Okay, so when you immediately boot up the game, you're thrown into a 2-minute long cutscene. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward this, and the cutscene just basically explains the story. But what I'm wondering is, why did they bother putting a story? It's a Galaga. Don't put a story in Galaga, please. Anyways, other than that, the title screen is fairly simple. You can set up the controls and set up the screen and mess around with other settings, and then we get into the actual game itself. Then we're brought into another overly long cutscene, and we're just gonna fast forward this as well. Then after a semi-short loading screen, we're brought into the actual game, and this is probably my favorite section of the game. Because believe it or not, there are different styles of playing. There are the 2D shooting sections, there are 3D sections that play somewhat like Star Fox, which is really weird. And then you have turret sections. God, we're gonna get to those a little bit later though. But yeah, this is pretty much just Galaga with 3D models, and there's really not much else to say about it. I mean, it's simple, it works, it plays like the old Galaga. My only real complaint is that when you let go of the directional pad on the controller, your ship still moves for a second, and that can be really annoying when you're trying to dodge bullets, because you'll let go a little bit too late, and then you will crash into, a bullet, which is never good. But other than that, the rest of this section is simple. We're just shoot at the guys like a regular stage of Galaga from the arcade games and move on to the next section, which is the 3D shooting Star Fox-like section. Oh god, do I hate these. Okay, first off, this is not Galaga. This is Galaga. This is not Galaga. See the difference? Yeah, this one is basically just, it looks like a Star Fox clone. Let's be honest, guys, it really does. And that's really one of the main problems, but it's not the main one. Like, you can copy a game as long as you do it well, right? Unfortunately, this game does not do it well. The controls are really confusing and laggy, and it's just not very fun to play. And unfortunately, this section, like this play type, takes up the majority of the game, so you'll just be shooting away in a side scroll or vertical, which is what Galaga should be, but then you're thrusted into one of these and you have to suffer for 5 more minutes. Another problem is that some of the debris, you can't really tell if it damages you or it doesn't, because sometimes you just fly right through it, other times you take damage, and they don't really specify what hurts you and what doesn't. So yeah, these sections just really aren't that fun to play, but luckily after this we get into another section that is a little bit more playable. Thank you. These sections are pretty much like the first one, but rather than being a vertical shooter, it's a side-scrolling shooter. Now my only real complaint with this is that rather than being vertical, it's sideways, and that can be a little bit confusing, and you do kind of have to get used to it, but you adjust quickly, so it's not that big of a deal. And then we get into the final different play style in this game, the turret section. Prepare for negative comments, because this is not very good at all. So let me just summarize this in 3 easy points. The controls suck, the controls suck, and the controls suck. These controls are so damn laggy and just so bad. It's why? Why? Seriously, why would you put this in the game? Why would you put this in a game like Galaga? Why? Like, seriously, was someone drunk when they programmed these controls? Like, I honestly want to know, because I'm curious. Why did they make them so laggy? And this isn't just my controller. My controller works for all the games I've tried it with, so it definitely isn't the controller. Well, that was Galaga Destination Earth. Was it good? No. Well, it was okay. The first section, and then after that it took a nosedive in quality. Really, would I recommend picking this game up? No, unless it's like 10 cents, then it's fine. But this game has a lot of flaws, especially with the controls, so I wouldn't really recommend buying this game. It's under average, I'd definitely say, and it's not very similar to the other Galaga games, which when you're making a 3D reboot, it's pretty important to do. So that was the Galaga Destination Earth review. Woo! Well, that was a fun time. I think now, since I'm so tired, I think I will go to sleep, so good night, y'all. And now for your Jerry video of the day. I have a match. I have a lighter. Lit, fam. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for future content. Leave a comment on what you thought. Just so you know, website is going to be delayed by a couple days. I'm still getting all the stuff straightened out for it, but when it's up, it's going to be lit. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next time for next video. Bye-bye.